First of all, in the crisis, we need to describe the crisis. Then we will do the description, crisis description. What I will do inside the crisis descriptions, I will make the honest descriptions for all the aspects in the crisis. Why we focusing in honest descriptions? Because we are now under the pressure of the crisis. Then we need to define the correct descriptions or the correct objectives I use. Then what is the steps to describe to describe the crisis? To make a crisis description, first of all, I will create the best solutions to be used for this crisis. Then I will focus in most important aspect. If you remember, in the earlier of the lecture, we discussed about the focus area. Now I will show you some tools to be used in the crisis, how you focus on this crisis, and what is the element and aspects for this crisis. Then, first of all, I start with you with the crisis management in the best solution, then focus in important aspects. Then we make a meeting with the key people. For example, for these situations, while it is international crisis, not local crisis, then we need to meet the most important people. We need to communicate with most important organizations through the world. For example, it's a health issue and a health crisis. We need to communicate, for example, عندنا وزارة الصحة قاعد تجتمع أو قاعد تاخذ قرارات أو تطلع على آخر قرارات من الورد Health World Organization. This is this international organization. Maybe they select the key personnel from them or the key people to help Kuwait. Specifically, recently we find that the Ministry of Health asking about more staff from outside Kuwait to help them occupy all the requirements and the infected people. Now, the fourth steps is identify the solution. First of all, I create what is the solution, best solution. Then I focus in important aspect. Then I select or meeting or communicate, maybe a daily basis, maybe is a weekly basis, maybe is a monthly basis with the most important people help us in this crisis. Then we identify the solution to taking an urgent action. You remember urgent action, or you remember in 360-degree, we need to take the action, decision and action. Now, we need to discuss in detail, okay, what is the aspect versus the situation. To make it's more easier, we define, first of all, we define the background of the crisis. Then we define the resources. What is the resources to finalize those aspects? Then there are an emergency plan that should be prepared for this crisis. Then we will identify the most important client. There are many clients helping in this crisis, whether it's locally or whether it's globally. Maybe we need some international advisory from outside Kuwait. Maybe each country have their own to collaborate or select the most important client. Also, from economic aspect, we will have economy action plan. Okay, because it is this crisis is affecting in the economy, in human capital, in many things. And also it is, we will select the most important operational supplier. Then, as you know, there are several suppliers outside of Kuwait. We collect the latest technology, the latest medications, the latest devices. Okay, then we will listing the aspect, it's what is the most important operation supplier. Then there are a bank's action plan. The banks, for example, in Kuwait, our central bank taking new actions or taking action plan through several activity distributed to the banks and also distributed to the clients and customers. Now, this is the tool. This is the powerful tool of 360-degree. Just I need to maximize this one to see it. It's online tool. You can, as I discussed it before, you can discuss all your descriptions, and maybe you can call it its decision sheet. It's looking from view 360-degree planning. This is your own plan in one sheet. This is the powerful tool used in 360-degree. You will see all your informations, all your most critical aspect in one sheet. Then it's easy for you to take your action. This is now, it's only, it's a description, it's a crisis description. And this one, it's available online, and you can update all your information and tracking all your information about the crisis. Now, the crisis management, the second tool, we will discuss about the solution of the planning. Then we need, after we define the crisis or the description sheet, now we need the solution planning. Now, what I will find? I will find the best solution, the best scenario for my organization or for the crisis. Okay, each organization have their own way, their own solutions. Okay, then what is the steps? First of all, I will make the decision which scenario it's suitable for me or for my organization. Then I will focus in this. I will focus on this scenario. Then I will list in a solution what is the advantages, what is the disadvantages for this scenario, and this is most important for me. Now I will show you the tools where you will listing your advantages and disadvantages, and you will make your decision and action in a very quick way and a very quick timing. Then you will select a realistic scenario. Why? Because there are some scenarios it's difficult to implement it during the crisis. Maybe you will make it delay. Maybe you will shift it for next month or after a while. Okay, then you will make an action plan from different scenario based on your selection or realistic scenario. You will make different action plan. It's not important it's only one action plan. Maybe it's a different action plan. How? For example, in the economic action plan, different than health action plan, different than interior action plan. Then each organization have their own action plan. Then last, we can extend the best scenario by using the best scenario extended, mean checking the second phase for the scenario. This is the tool. This is the tool for solution planning. Sorry. Okay, as I mentioned for you, this is here the list of advantages, disadvantages, and as I mentioned for you a few minutes, realistic. We need to select the realistic. When you write the realistic, mean if it's yes or no or maybe you have some idea. Okay, to solving the problem, but maybe it's you don't know if it's yes or no or maybe. Then you will write the critical scenario or the critical aspects here. Then you can, in one sheet, you can take your decision and listing all your advantages and disadvantages. Now we're shifting about the crisis management. The crisis management, now we check what is the crisis agenda. Then what is I will select the most important topics to include it in my agenda. I cannot include now any weak topic because it is crisis. Then I need to focus in the most important topics. Okay, the steps is, first of all, choose which decision theme I will go through, then make a meeting plan, then I will meet the most important person, then we will ask about the external help if I need, based on my plan. This is the sheet for crisis agenda. Just I need to draw your attention. The crisis agenda is divided to 4 categories, 4 colors, same as a 360-degree. This is the most important thing. You will see if it's related to the concept, it's there. If it's related to the operation, it will be listing. If it's related to the customer relationship, my relationship, as I mentioned for you, whether it's country to country, organization to organization, ministry to ministry, company to company. Okay, then we will reach the operation. If there are any agenda related to the operation, and I will list it in this list, and I will make the action or the description for each aspect in the agenda. Now we will shift to, in the crisis management, resecure the team. Why? Now I need to mapping the vital people, the most important people support the organization. For example, while all the world is locked down, everybody's staying in home, what we will see is the most important people, it's working, then those people it's who is supporting their organization, supporting their country, it's working day and night to helping us in this crisis. What I will do regarding for resecure team, moment. First of all, I will evaluate the most important people in my organization. Then I will schedule several meetings with them. Okay, maybe it's a daily meeting, a weekly meeting, a monthly meeting, maybe it's an hourly meeting based on the crisis effect. Now, the third thing, we approve the material in the meeting. What does the material mean? What is the most important decision? I will approve it in the meeting. Then we will finally select what is the valuable team can implement this important action. I will show you now. This is the resecure team. Based on the chart is there, you can write it or you can map it by yourself. You write here, for example, you write here the name of the minister, and all this teams is the surrounding or the vital team in each ministry or maybe in each organization. And this is the categories, okay, where you want to take your action. And here you will write, is this action is important or not important? And what is the role for each a person, or what is the role for each team or each department? Now we're shifting to another item in the crisis management. We will discuss about the contract negotiation. We will make a negotiations in this contract by exploring what is the possibility for renegotiate with the contract terms. This is affecting with the people who they have contract with their organization. Maybe they need to change the contract. For example, for the contract, there are a contract between the customers and their bank, and this contract is changed. Why? The top management in the country initiate to changing the rule, for example, for the loan or the rules for the bank, then they implemented them. It's part of contract negotiation. Then they changing the contract between the client or the customers and bank, or between the employee with their ministries through the world. Now, The other items or the other points and the most important points in the crisis management, we will discuss the cash management. We will find the best way to create a better short-term or long-term cash flow. Now, all the countries through the world looking for the liquidity, looking for the cash, looking for their economy. They need to survive in the coming months. What will be happen? Everything will be forecasting. Everything should be well planned for the coming months. Then this is the cash flow tools. Also from 360-degree perspective, you can use it. You can fill it by your all important informations about the payment, about incoming payment, outgoing payment transactions. It's applicable, as I mentioned before. This is for the countries, for the ministries, for the organization, for the companies. Also, this is the last items in the crisis management. We will discuss about the financial warning signals. We will find some tools helping the organization about the warning for the financial situation and for financial accounting and financial forecasting, because now all the countries, organizations, ministry forecasting for the coming month. And this is the tool for the forecasting. You will list all your area for your income, whether your revenue, your budget, your investment. Then you will write the possibility warning, and you will highlight by color. Again, we're using in 360-degree colors with 20 focus area, as we mentioned before. And now here again, writing for signals for each area, if it's most important, medium, or high important. And in the remarks area, you can write your remarks. Then again, I will inform you, we call it decision sheet. You use it and take action in very easy way, rather than receiving several plan with many pages, with a lot of text, and nobody during the crisis, even though before the crisis, have time to reading 100 pages. Instead, you find all your information in one page. Finally, there are several outcomes from 360-degree. We can solve our problems, in a very easy way, by taking decision and making action. Again, we remind you about decision and action. This is an overview for the perspective of 360-degree. And this is the shape, what you will find it in your organization, in your country. It depends about your evaluation, as we discussed it before, by using the checklist tool from 360-degree. Then, to reaching the final destination of our presentation today, you should take your decision by decision. You cannot take it in one time, okay? It is a few tools you can use one by one and make your decision by decision, action by action. It's the end of our presentation. I will draw your attention. It's my publication book. I have 4 publications. This is the recent one about the technology and technology transfer, what we use it now during the crisis. All my book is available in Amazon.com. More than welcome if you visit Amazon.com or send me an email to provide you the brief or the flyer of my book. Now, our next crisis management webinar will be in 16 April at 7 o'clock for 90 minutes. It's again free live webinar. We will discuss again the crisis management from 360 degree, and we will discuss about the indicator for the success, whether for your organization, your country, or your project or your company. Thank you so much for your listening. And here it's concluding together. This is the 360 degree with 20 focus area. Okay, and we proven together that this one is a powerful tool. We can use it in the crisis management, whether with the crisis or before the crisis in normal life. Thank you so much, and see you in April 16 for next webinar. Thank you and have a great day.